Let's start from the Bonafo region, where government says it will provide solar-powered irrigation facilities for dry season farming, all in a bid to encourage all year-round farming. It will also convert tomato growing areas into cold rooms to help store excess tomatoes during bumper seasons. Well, these, according to the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, JoyNews, are geared towards addressing the continuous challenge of traders traveling to Burkina Faso to import tomatoes. He revealed these intentions and interventions when he visited some tomato-growing communities in the Bonafo region and interacted with stakeholders. It follows JoyNews documentary Desert Tomatoes that highlighted the plight of tomato traders as they journey to Burkina Faso to import into Ghana fresh tomatoes.
The Deputy Minister JoyNews, together with his team, first visited some tomato farms in Tuobodom. It was made up of the Tomato Traders and Transporters Association. He also met tomato traders from Dema, Afrancho, Akomadang, Techimentia, Techiman, and Bichim at Dema. His visit was to ascertain at first hand the challenges along the trade and why traders resort to Burkina Faso at the expense of local production. This comes at the back of JoyNews documentary Desert Tomatoes on the plight of traders and why they resort to Burkina Faso to bring tomatoes.
I'm very much and I'm very much angry and annoyed about it. How do you allow our people to send from what they are saying? I don't know yet. But from them, they say 54 billion CFA. If you translate into Ghana, it's not a small amount. We want to provide an irrigation facility system for them, powered by solar pumps. And where there are rivers, we give them pumping machines. But where there are no rivers, we want them to get to drill a borehole for them and supply them with solar power pumps to distribute water so that they'll be able to do the farming during that period from May up to December. That's the dry season that they are talking about. They have to finish the farming season, that was up to July, before we're able to install those facilities. We've just started everything and we are yet to do tender about the people who drill the boreholes and those who supply the machines and the solar systems. You know, we are constructing 80 warehouses across the country. We are going to turn those at the areas where they produce tomatoes, let's say perishable goods. We are going to add cold facilities to it so that they will be able to store what they produce within that municipality. So what happens is that you don't have storage facilities. That is creating all these problems. So if you're able...
Mr. Odro also reviewed new varieties that can last at least for 4 weeks are ready to be distributed through the Plan for Food and Jobs to the farmers. The documentary also reviewed traders go through abuse and torture away to and from Burkina Faso. Mr. Odro says the ambassador to Burkina Faso has been charged to address the issue.
Liaising with the Ghana embassy in Burkina, there are certain issues that happen, especially the way they attack some of these women and the bias wasn't good enough. So the ambassador or the High Commission is working on it.
Meanwhile, players in the tomato value chain are excited by the interventions. First, Eric Oseitufo, chairman for the Tomato Traders and Transporters Association.
I welcome it because it will help we, the tomato traders and transporters, because of what is happening during cross-border trade. We go to Burkina Faso to trade just to get profits, but there are so many challenges that we are facing over there.
Then, leadership Federation of Tomato Growers Association.
What we are saying is that normally people do promise, but to fulfill them is another problem. So all what he was saying about helping us to have a place, storage facilities, giving us some assistance during loans, if all what they are saying will come to pass, then we will admire them and we shall appreciate them.
Journey to Burkina Faso will only end if government does not renege on these promises. Prince Apia reporting.
And to the Ashanti region, where about 16,000 applicants are short of admissions next academic year at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The assurance comes as expansion work is completed on 5 more lecture rooms to augment existing facilities. Chancellor, the Asante Otumfuo Osei to the second, is optimistic the new structures will ease congestion at some faculties. He has been inspecting ongoing projects at the university.
A bust of Arthur Hercules Ratnadurai Joseph, also known as Pajo, graces the entrance to the sports complex named after him. The statue of the first head of Gold Coast and Ghana Sports Directorate is one of the projects inspected by Otumfuo. Vice-Chancellor Kwesi Obridanso took him round to inspect regional water and sanitation, then to the 5-story complex for the Social Sciences Faculty and Postgraduate Business School. Otumfuo also cut sword for phase 1 of 6-story lecture hall at the College of Architecture and Environment, proposed Allied Health Complex, Security Headquarters, Katken UST Hospital, Senior Member House Duplex and Agric Junction Village are all receiving attention. Nursing students who share facilities in medical school will have their own place as part of phase 1 of 5-story classroom and office. Akomfrehene Oheneba Akwesi spoke for Otumfuo, was confident of a good future as UST expands.
We've had over 2 hours of conducted tour around the university, looking at the new facilities which have been added to the stock of buildings that the university commands. The new business school, the new nursing college, the new social science center. But most impressive is the fact that the university has now added 16,000, and that is phenomenal. That is a phenomenal increase in the capacity, teaching capacity of this university. There is no doubt that the university has visionary leadership which has anticipated the increase of students following the government's new policy of
Now let's move to the Upper West region, and a 5-member committee has been inaugurated to look into last Thursday's violence in the Upper West region town of Tumu, which claimed the lives of 2 persons, including a 17-year-old boy. The committee is chaired by the 1 Circuit Court Judge, Justice Barfosin Japong, and has some 7 days from next Monday to complete its investigations. Regional Minister Alhaji Suleimana Al-Hassan, who inaugurated the committee, described the incident as one of the darkest in the history of the region, adding that those found culpable would be punished. JoyNews Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
Upper West Regional Minister Alhaji Suleiman Al-Hassan did not hide his feeling on last Thursday's disturbance at Tumu, which led to the death of 2 persons, promising that those found culpable in the dastardly act will be duly punished.
The recent disturbances or occurrences in Tumu, leading to the death of 2 persons and the destruction of property, is unacceptable. The incident will remain as one of the darkest spots in the history of this region.
Alhaji Suleimana, who is also the chairman of the Upper West Regional Security Council, RECSEC, said there is the need to investigate deeply into the incident and all other matters related to it in order to find a lasting peace in Tumu and the Upper West region. A 5-member committee chaired by the 1 Circuit Court Judge, Justice Barfosin Japong, has been inaugurated by the Regional Security Council to look into the issue. The committee has been given a week starting from next Monday to complete their work.
We expect them to ascertain the conduct of citizens in Tumu, especially the youth, in the matter. 4, to assess the extent of property destroyed in the course of the disturbances. They are also to evaluate and any other matter relating to the incident.
Chairman of the committee, Justice Bafoson Ajapong, thanked the APEC for the confidence reposed in them.
We will do our utmost best to do a good job, to come out with a report that will ensure that such incidents will never, that is our hope, happen in this region again. We pray the Almighty God to assist us to come out with such a report.
The other committee members are Adam Tofi, Brian Razak, Kura Mahmoud Zakaria, and Danyumo Emmanuel. A deputy director at the Upper West RCC has been appointed to act as a secretary in ex officio capacity. Report for JoyNews, Rafik Salam.
Well, I'm back here in Accra. My name is Roland Walker, and to the courts now. One of the defense lawyers for those standing trial for the murder of the late Major Maxwell Adam Mahama at Denchor last year has accused the soldiers of protecting illegal miners. Lawyer George Bernard Shaw, during the cross-examination of the late soldier's deputy warrant officer Sabi Kwesi on Thursday, suggested Major Mahama was caught in a clash between the mining firm and a community which was against his operations. 14 persons are currently standing trial for the crime, but as JoyNews Joseph Akable reports, the family insists the other perpetrators currently walking free.
At the previous court hearing, lawyer George Bernard Shaw was cross-examining Major Mahama's deputy, W.O. Sabi Kwesi. This was after state prosecution had concluded, leading him to give evidence. During cross-examination, George Bernard Shaw claimed the mining company the soldiers protecting, CNJ Alaska, had been written to by the halt operation in the Joabo forest. Mr. Shaw also said residents of Denchor had a frosty relationship with the company due to concerns they were degrading the forest. The activities of this company had become topical following the lynching of the then Army Captain Maxwell Mahama by some residents of Denchor. The DCE of the area, Daniel Apienin, was suspended by President Akufo-Addo following comments he made suggesting the company was engaged in illegal mining. W.O. Sabi, under cross-examination, said he was unaware of why they had been deployed to protect the company, but added they their duties professionally. He, however, rejected a claim by lawyer Shaw that the military was deployed to the site because of attacks on the company by the residents of Diaso. Mr. Shaw made reference to a letter written by the Minerals Commission asking the company to halt its mining activities, suggesting to the witness that the company was engaged in an illegal activity. W.O. Sabi said he was unaware of any such directive. The court has meanwhile ordered the head of department disclosure at Vodafone Ghana to make available phone of the first accused person, William Ban, who is assemblyman for the area, on May 29, the day the soldier was lynched, and that of May 30, 2017. This follows an application made by his lawyer George Bernard Shaw saying access to the data will enable Mr. Ban put up his defense. This was not opposed by Chief State Attorney Evelyn Kelson. The case has been adjourned to June 5, 2018.
Captain retired Dennis Bahama, who is the late soldier's father, has been monitoring proceedings closely and expressed worry about what he calls a failure by the prosecution to rope in all those involved in the murder of their kinsman. He tells Joseph Akable there are other perpetrators who would need to be brought to book.
On it, we know that it's very slow and very frustrating, but we have to live with it. So that is why we're always in court. We want to follow the process, however slow it is. All that we want is justice for Major Maxwell Mahama.
How difficult is it for the family, having to come to court daily? I saw his younger brother also present in court. He just stepped away a short while ago. How is it tough for the family making it to court daily, the process dragging this slowly?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. But we just have to hold ourselves as hard as possible and go through it. Like you said, junior brother, he came from London 5 days ago, purposely for the anniversary, which is coming on the 29th. 29th will be exactly 1 year that he passed away, and we're going to mark that day accordingly.
We'll get into that a bit, but Captain, the other issue has to do with earlier, the family had raised concerns about a number that had been brought before the court that many people were seen, but only 14. Is this something that you've moved away from, or you are still?
No, we can't move away from that. You heard it loud and clear from our family spokesperson the other day that according to witnesses or people who watched the video of how the major was killed, they describe it as a mob of over not less than 50 people, some with stones, some with guns, some with sticks, cudgels, and even others who prevented him from escaping.
And that's it for the news, but we tell you we have great education here, but also great information and a lot more discussions. Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, is alive, and it is alive because it's kicking with the influx with a lot of visitors, all coming from Europe, Asia, and those who have money from Africa, let's say Southern Africa and the rest of Northern Africa, streaming, coming to Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, to be part of that final. Liverpool playing against the holders of the UEFA Champions League, Real Madrid. Of course, we know that Liverpool has its coach Jurgen Klopp and the experienced Zinedine Zidane as a player, and also having gained a lot more experience just the last couple of seasons with Real Madrid heading his team onto the pitch. We'll see how that goes, because we're having some great discussion on all that. And George Ado Jr. has been doing great work over the last couple of days. We sponsored him to Kiev. He's there, and we want to bring you live and colored pictures, all the sights and sounds, UEFA Champions League previews, and all the things that you can see. But please also be informed. We brought to you live coverage of that opening session and all the activities transpiring at the ongoing Joy Business, Health and Wellness Trade Show. It's taking place just some few meters from here at the Accra Digital Center. And please make a date with us, because today, just in case you want to know your status, not HIV, but HIV is allowed, of course, but you want to know whether you have malaria and any other communicable disease, please go there. There's health screening for the whole of today, blood donation, and also how you, as a citizen of our country, can leverage on technology to access health qualitatively. And then we have a fun-packed morning as well, because we have the CCTV Man Can Promise with his latest, of course, featuring Sarkodie, as well as McGee's, with all the other things in his kitty coming onto the studio. And the Zoblazo man, Freddie Mayweather of Côte d'Ivoire, is also in the studio. So please stay with us. We have great show this morning, but please get interactive. As you do all that, we have to do the newspapers. It's all right. Myself, Maps, Mapitso Zabidi will be doing all that for you next.